Welcome in, quick hitters. Hope everybody weekend going good this early on the Friday, early into the weekend. We're gonna highlight that Celtics and Hawks series. With the Hawks and Dogs, that dreaded 3-0 deficit going down in this series. Because you know, once you go three down, like they say, it's no coming back. You pretty much toasted, you're pretty much done. Dante Murray, my this guy here is trying to be a superstar in the making. All star, like we say, but superstar, we're going to see what that's going to be looking like in a year or two as he get his tools together. But what I want to talk about is Trae Young. That's exactly what we want to see Trae Young. Early on in this series, you was too passive. He's trying to let the game come to you. No, you got to go out there and grab it like you did tonight. This is the Trae Young I was waiting on. This is the Trae Young everybody wanted to see. If I can remember decades or so ago, Vince Carter comes to my mind. Vince Carter had a chance to grab the bull by the horns. I remember, I think it was against the Knicks. You remember when Vince Carter came in, he was high flying, he was dunking on everybody. He had that mean mug on his face. Well, when it came a time where Vince Carter had to be the main man, basically try to turn him into a superstar with the ball in his hands, have him go score, turn from that high-flying dunker to actually facilitating, taking a lot of shots. I remember they used to double-team him and frustrate him. He kind of let go of the rope. I remember after the game, he was saying, well, if they double-team me, I'm just going to pass the ball, get my teammates involved, let the game come to me. At that time, I mean, it sounds good, but it don't look good. When you're the superstar of a team, and your team is down in a series or they're just losing, throughout the course of the game, big leads, if you're not taking and grabbing the bull by the horns by trying to take over the game, taking multiple shots, forcing the action, it's not going to look good for you. So at that time, Vince Carter kind of let go of the rope, and I think that changed his career. Legendary, no doubt. Hall of Famer, no doubt. Love Mr. Vince Carter. But he had an opportunity to change his career, like flip it to the other end to where he could have been a mega superstar. So, yeah, we look at him as a high-flying dunker. Yeah, we look at him as a mentor, a veteran later on in his career. But I think if you ask Vince Carter, his career could have been totally different if he'd have took a different approach instead of just thinking, get my teammates involved. I think he didn't want the pressure of being a superstar. Some people not built that way. But I'm going to tell you one thing who is built that way, and that's Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. They would never sit back and say, if I get double teamed, I just pass the ball, get my teammates involved. I'm just trying to make the proper and the best basketball play. Yeah, it's the best basketball play, but losing is for no play. So I'll tell you that. So, yeah, I don't want Trae Young turning into that. The first two games, it was kind of looking like that a little bit. I didn't like his stat sheet. This stat sheet here, it glows. And I hope he can model that, go back and look at it and say, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm going to leave my gun empty. And I mean taking attempts. So the duo worked today with Dante Murray and Trae Young. So big props to them. They're young and they rolling right now. I hate to see them get swept. I like to, see it get extended a little bit. I'm not a big Boston Celtics fan anyway, but I respect their players over there. Love me some Marcus Smart and of course Jaylen Brown. I like me some Jason Tatum, of course. I love all those guys over there, but never was a Celtics fan. So we're going to get into this box score. It's going to be a real quick hit. We still got the games rolling. You know me. I like to watch. I'm a fan as well, and I like to cover it. So we're going to get this rolling through. But quick hitters, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think Trae Young, this is the best position for him, shooting and letting his guns be empty by the time that game's over? Do you want him to facilitate and make the right play and try to win the game that way? I think he needs to have 30 to 35 attempts. I don't mind him missing. He can go 8 for 30, and I still give him a whole lot of respect. I can respect that. You off from the field, you being aggressive, and it's just not your night. I can live with that. But scoring like 15 to 17 points, and you only got like 17, 18 attempts, I have a problem with that. But let's check out this box score because this is like night and day compared to a couple of days ago. So we will open up with the Hawks. And I'm just going to go right to it. Trae Young, 32 points for Trae Young. 6 rebounds for Trae Young. 9 assists. This is what I'm talking about. Not only did he had a big night, he filled the stat sheet. If you don't fill a stat sheet, you give your team a hell of a chance to win the ball game. 12 for 22 from the field. I can live with that. Good percentage. And not only that, he had enough attempts. Everybody was rolling. He had a lot of help as well. So when you're getting in double figures like the Atlanta Hawks did, they kind of counteracted the Boston Celtics a little bit. I think the Celtics had like 6 people in double figures. I think the Hawks might have 7. We're going to really dive deep into it and check it out. But yeah, Trae Young, you definitely get a star for tonight. Yes, you do. And proud of it. This is the Trae Young I want to see throughout the playoffs. Win or lose, you have to take this approach, young man. And I'll support you all the way. So yeah, that's Trae Young's stat line. He had a lot of help too. His little counterpart, Dante Murray, he came with it. 25 points, 6 rebounds himself, and 5 assists. 11 for 21 from the field. See that Batman and Robin thing going on? They almost shot exactly the same. You can't beat that. That's a winning formula. Then you get some help from your teammates. We're going to go down here. Who's got 11 over here? This DeAndre Hunter. He's got 11 points. That's his highlight. I mean, it wasn't nothing to shoot off the charts, but he got in double figures. See, that's the key. Getting double figures, that means you're scoring a little bit. You're helping out as a role player. He's a defensive guy anyway. So if he can give you 10, 12, 15, it's all good. It's going to help the superstars out. It's going to get everybody rolling, forcing them to go ahead and try to win this game. But I want to know what's going on with John Collins. I'm expecting John Collins, like 25, 30 points some nights. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not going to put him on the big board, but something's going on with John Collins we don't know about. His production is just not getting it. He's definitely getting the iron unkind. And since I'm giving him iron unkind, I guess I got to call out that stat sheet, right? So let's go with the 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 for 7 from the field. See, ain't nothing to shoot off at. But if I'm going to iron unkind him, I'm going to put his stats up there. For us, Hunter, we'll just say he done his job. We'll give him a little round of applause. That's about it. So he's done his job. He's a defensive guy anyway. We're not really looking for points from him. But he don't have no steals. For a defensive guy, at least got to try to get a steal out there. He don't have no blocks either. So we talking about defense. Maybe what he was doing didn't show up on the stat sheet. We'll just say that. He just played good position defense in basketball. We'll just say that. But let's go down here to 15 points by Bogdanovich. Okay. That's looking a little good there. He was 6 for 8 from the field. Oh, yeah, he definitely done his job, grabbing 4 rebounds to go with it. Those 15 points, he gets a round of applause. Sadiq Bey. Okay. 15 points, 8 rebounds yourself. Okay. 5 or 7 from the field. He chipped in. Wasn't a whole lot of volume, but he chipped in and got him 15 points. You know, you add that by getting to the free throw line a little bit, and then you hitting threes. He's 3 from the 3-point line. So that's what got everything rolling for him. Then you go down to Jalen Johnson, who scored 10 points. You know, that's his highlight, but he's gotten double figures. Like I say, it don't need much. When your superstars are playing out of this world, they just need you to chip in just a little bit to offset things. Get yourself in double figures. Show up on the stat sheet. That's all they're asking for. So Jalen Johnson, you done your job. You get a round of applause. So as you see here on this stat sheet, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double figures. That's what it takes to beat the Boston Celtics. That's exactly what it takes to beat the Boston Celtics. So good for y'all getting off the snide, because, I mean, this series could have actually been a sweep. If Trae Young would have sat back and allowed what was going on in those first 2 games and then brought it into this 3rd game, no doubt in my mind, it would have been headed for a sweep. But they fought back. They knew their backs was against the wall, and they came out and they fought tonight. They have fought tonight. So, yeah, shouts out to you, Trae Young and Dante Murray. That's how you lead your squad. That's how you come out and lead your squad. So let's go up here and check out these Boston Celtics, because they weren't shabby either. Like I say, they just met their match tonight. They found these Hawks that wanted to fight, and they weren't going to let the rope go, and it just wasn't enough on the Celtics side. But they had players out there balling. We'll start with Jason Tatum, 29 points. You know, as usual, you can just book him in. He had 5 assists, 10 rebounds. He was 9 for 22 from the field. Not the sharpest thing, but, you know, he still mixed it up. And just like him, he's a superstar. If he's not shooting that well from the field, he's going to keep putting attempts up. And he had a lot of help, so that 22 attempts could have been 30-some attempts if he didn't have the help that he had. And he had help. I mean, Marcus Smart scored 24 points himself. So, yeah, Jason Tatum, even though you lost this game with 29 and 10 and 5, go ahead and throw 2 steals on the stat sheet as well. 4 for left on the 3-point line. He's going to get a star as well, Jason Tatum. Good job for you. I know you ain't going to sleep good tonight. I know you want to get this 3-0. I know you want to sweep them, get them over with, but you can't win them all. But you done your job, and that's why you're the superstar for this game. You showed up. Jaylen Brown, 15 points. 3 steals. You know, he's one of those combo guards too. Offense to defense. He was 7 for 15 from the field. He couldn't hit his 3. He was over 4 from the 3-point line. Can I say he done his job? I'm going to say he done his job. He can get a round of applause. Like, he done his job. He wasn't the superstar tonight he could be. He wasn't the all-star tonight he could be. But he didn't just fall off the sheet. You know, he showed up and he scored some points, and he mixed things up and played some defense. So Jaylen Brown is not going to score 30 every night. If that's what you're looking for, it's not going to happen. But just having him on the floor and a lot of things that he can mix up out there, got to have him out there, and he done his job. He done his job. Without that Marcus Smart, might have been a little easier coast for the Atlanta Hawks. But Marcus Smart, like I say, 24 points, 8 assists. The guy had 3 steals. He's showing it to you all. 5 for 12 on the 3-point line. He's been putting them up. Yeah, between him and Jason Tatum, they've been putting up some threes. That's 11 attempts for Tatum, 12 for Marcus Smart. He had 5 of them. 9 for 19 from the field. So Marcus Smart, not only that you're going to get a round of applause, sir, you're also going to get an Iron Man. Malcolm Brogdon, 17 points, 5 assists, 7 for 15 from the field. Okay. 3 for 6 from the 3-point line. He gets a round of applause right off the bat. Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon is one of those guys that he can come in. He can score 30 as well, too, on any given night, depending on how the flow is going. But you can book him in at least for 15 points a night, especially when he's aggressive. So he definitely gets a round of applause tonight. This is a guy, like I said, he can shoot it off the charts, or he's going to stay right into his medium, but it's still productive. Then we're going to go down there and look at Grant Williams. 14 points. He was 4 for 4 from the 3-point line, and that's all he shot. He definitely done his job. You don't expect too much from Grant Williams, but hard defense, hustling, getting into people, and when he gets points like 14, what more can you ask for? So this is a game that could have went either way, actually. The Hawks just kept fighting. They wouldn't let go of the rope. Desperation. They played it all the way through. You know, night and day from the other 2 games. They kind of let go of the rope, but just been completely outplayed. But they was going to go all the way in this game, win or lose. And then they came out with a prize. They got the win. Yeah, this is it. Of course, they're not going to win the series, but they didn't want to get swept. And I didn't want to see them get swept either. So at least give the Celtics something to think about. So that's the box score. I didn't want to stay too quick. Like I said, we got some games on right now. You got Denver and Minnesota. That's starting to look like a sweep. Minnesota got to come with it tonight. They got to come with it. They got to let them feel them. Don't let Denver Nuggets run away with this one here. So you young Wolves over there, you better bring it tonight, or it's not going to look real good for you either throughout this series. And it looks like the New York Knicks are looking good tonight against Cleveland. I didn't really want to see that. I actually want Cleveland to win the series. But if the Knicks get it, you know, much props to them. They fighting their hard. It's been a long time since they made some noise in the playoffs. So, yeah, it's about time for them. But, yeah, I like to see Cleveland win that one. So, really, that's my quick hit of tonight. I want to just chime in real quick, break down that Celtics and Hawks, because Trae Young has woke up and he finally got it. Hopefully, win or lose going home in this series, empty out your gun. If you're going to go home, empty out your gun. Dante Murray will have your back. This is Goodymo Sports Quick Hits, and we out of here. Peace.